Overwatch 2 retail patch notes, October 10, 2023. Hey there everybody, it's ML7 and we're taking a look at Season 7 patch notes. They've been posted a little bit earlier on the forums by Kirk, community manager, and Kirk saying that this game update will go live tomorrow at the beginning of Season 7. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Halloween 3rd 2023, get ready for the spookiest event of the year as Overwatch 2 transforms into a haunted battleground. Halloween 3rd is back with your favorite game modes, Junkenstein's Revenge, God of the Bride, and Trials of Sanctuary, a new Blizzard crossover game mode. Team up with the heroes of Sanctuary, power up their abilities, and defeat powerful bosses including Butcher Roadhog, Asmodan Wrecking Ball, and Lilith Moira. New map Samoa. Samoa is a new control map where you'll fight on a tropical beach, a gleaming city, and inside a volcano. Watch out for deadly pitfalls, or you might just be swimming in lava. Actually, I'll let you know you can swim in lava. Samoa will be available to play right away in a dedicated arcade card and will appear in quick play and other unranked modes starting on October 10, with it appearing in competitive later in the season. So Samoa will not be available in ranked instantly. It will be available in quick play, unranked, and in arcade. Good. So you can get more chances to like getting used to the map. Hero rework Sombra. This has been discussed about. We approach the Sombra rework by identifying key goals to guide decisions through the design iteration. We have covered this. You probably check out ML7 plays. This has been information released a while ago, I think last week from what I remember. She got reworked. TLDR is machine pistol a little bit buffed. Hack a little bit nerfed, I would say. Whatever. Opportunist removed, so you cannot see stealthed targets that well. You cannot see stealthed targets. You cannot see like heroes that have low percentage of HP through walls anymore. They reworked stealth as it's a passive right now. You enter stealth 3.5 seconds after while not shooting, using a damaging ability or receiving damage. Virus, she has a new ability. She just throws something like, and then that viruses them and they take damage. And if it's a hack target, they take more damage. Translocator, you can no longer camp the translocator somewhere in the back. It teleports you instantly, so you view it like you throw it. View it like a tracer dash that you can arch, I guess. That's how you should view it. A longer tracer dash. That's how you should use the ability. That's how it kind of like got changed. EMP, EMP received a small nerf to compensate for all of the buffs that she got for her damage overall and for her receiving another damage source. Without further ado, we have to dive into general updates. Group respawn. Heroes who die within 5 seconds of each other will respawn together, resulting in some players having either a slightly longer or shorter queue than the standard 10 seconds. Heroes who die more than 5 seconds from another player eliminated will still respawn in 10 seconds on their own. These changes do not apply to competitive play mode. Okay? They do not apply to comp. Developer comments: we think that team fights are some of the most enjoyable moments in our game, but we've all been in matches where team cohesion or lack of thereof makes these moments a rarity. That was a hard phrase. These matches often turn into stomps for the team that can group up, and preventing stomps is a high priority for us, and Olaf concurs. As such, this season we're modifying how heroes respawn for quick play. Heroes that die within 5 seconds of each other will be respawned in a wave together. If a hero dies further apart from 5 seconds from another death on their team, they'll still respawn in 10 seconds as they would have in the past. We'll be listening closely to feedback on this new system, and depending on the response and making any changes, we will consider adding these adjustments to competitive in a later season. This being said, chat, I think that this is a very good change. From my experience, when I play quick play, everybody just goes one by one, by one, by one, by one. What they're essentially doing is they're forcing you to group up. It's good that they're using quick play as an experiment to this to see if it sucks or not. Because imagine you're gonna add this in ranked and it will be abused. We can see if it's good, we can see if it's bad, we can see if it's broken. It's okay. I feel like at any point, in case like quick play will become unplayable because of this, then they will just remove the feature with group respawn, put it back to the drawing board, and that's it. But let's be honest, how many games have you had when you have your tank dying in front of you and they're asking for a lot of heal and you're dead? And like they go one by one and they blame you? No. This will be fixed. This will encourage you to group up. Overwatch is a team game, and it's a struggle to get players to group up together and start the fight actually 5 versus 5. And they are essentially forcing you to do this with the fact that you're going to respawn together in waves. Good change, excited to see how it's going to turn out. I don't know if it's the right approach or not, but it might provide a better experience, especially for newer players. Unranked lever penalties. 75% XP penalty removed. The penalty thresholds have not changed, but the mechanics have also never been completely explained because we had no idea how they worked. The last 20 games played a player participated in are recorded. Leaving 4 of these 20 games activates the first penalty threshold. Leaving 6 of these 20 games activates the second penalty threshold. Queuing for most game modes is now suspended when a player leaves a match inside a penalty threshold. Players that reach the first penalty threshold will be suspended for 10 minutes. So if you leave 4 quick play games, 4 in 20 games, then you will be suspended for 10 minutes. And if you reach the secondary one, which means leave 6 out of 20 games, then you will be suspended for 30 minutes. The queue suspension will reapply each time a player leaves a game when they are above the first penalty threshold, but not when they complete their games. Consecutive match bonus has been renamed to Endurance bonus. Endurance bonus is XP granted when finishing matches without leaving the previous match. Developer comments. Previously, if players left too many games, we would apply a 75% penalty to their Battle Pass XP that is gained, and they did not even care about it. We found this had very little impact on those who lived deliberately and severely impacted those who don't have much time to play but want to earn the rewards in our season Battle Pass. We're changing this to make it more difficult for players who leave games to be disruptive while not applying too much impact to those who don't intend on ruining the experience for others. Good change, but somebody in chat has been saying that people are just gonna feed or go AFK. If they do, then make sure to report them with the griefing or inactivity tab, and hopefully they'll be sanctioned for that type of gameplay behavior. Good change overall. I honestly, 75% XP penalty removed. I don't think anybody went like, oh no, oh my god, I will never recover from this. The fact that you're not allowing them to play for a little bit so that they can chill, I like that. Story missions. You can now spectate any story mission that your friends are playing if you own the campaign pack for that mission. Hello everybody, this is Jimmy from Blizzard Entertainment, and we are here with a revolutionary idea in the gaming industry. Spectating content. Story missions. I'm excited to announce that you can now spectate any story mission that your friends are playing if you own the campaign pack for that mission. This being said, let's continue. No other comments. Hero Mastery scoring update. Bonus score granted from time remaining in the gold bonus tier is now accurate to 100 of a second. Okay, so they fixed how scoring works. They improved it. In Hero Mastery, replays. Hero Mastery now supports replays, so you can replay this. Interesting, very interesting to see what you could have done better. Good. Player progression. Lowered show priority for time played and win sub badges in the showcase. Added virus skills to Sombra sub badges set. Okay, fine. Challenges. Reduce the number of wins required to unlock Sojourn, Junker Queen, and Kiriko through hero challenges. And Ilag is now unlockable through hero challenges. So these have been the changes until we reach the hero updates. 3, 2, 1. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Hero updates tank Orisa. Fortify. Damage reduction decreased from 50 to 45%. A full 5%. We're further readjusting Orisa's survivability, which was originally increased due to the armor damage reduction stacking change we made several patches ago. This particular change is relatively light, as we still want her to be an effective pick against teams that lean on crowd control, that focus on support stacking a lot of healing onto the Orisa, and then blaming supports for this playstyle being encouraged, rather than just nerfing Orisa's HP. It's a huge 5% change. We'll keep monitoring this. Interesting 5% change, a little bit too low, just do 10%, then work from that. Hopefully, they'll keep looking at her because she's literally unkillable sometimes. Ramatra, Nemesis form. Cooldown increased from 8 to 7 seconds because why not? Developer comments. This change lets Ramatra project his influence more frequently with Nemesis form. I gotta do this. In case we're gonna see any buffs in the future to any hero, we have to copy paste this. This change lets X hero project their influence more frequently with this ability. which translates into increased survivability and damage. We gotta copy paste this. The flexibility also makes it less punishing if he swaps back to Omnic form early to use the Void Barrier. Considering how much of a tempo tank Ramatra is, and with how this pegs up with a lot of cooldown usage that he has, I don't think that Ramatra needed a buff in order to be played. I think that other tanks like Orisa might have, or Sigma maybe, might have needed more nerfs instead of like buffing Ramatra to be played. We're probably gonna enter. It's not a big of a change, you say, for 1 second, but it's very important with the rest of his kit and how you can rotate abilities. Every second matters in Overwatch, and the fact that you can sync with your shield, with your slow, with swapping forms, it is an unnecessary change, but at the same time, Ramatra hasn't been played for so much, so I don't mind him that much right now. Wrecking Ball, quad cannons, number of shots to reach max spread increased from 20 to 30. This change lets Wrecking Ball finish off enemies a bit more reliably when he's outside of point blank range and makes him less reliant on his pile driver combos. So, Soldier 76 Wrecking Ball. So right now he can finish off enemies more reliably. Chad wants me to do this. I apologize, YouTube viewers. Wants me to spam Vine Boom. Chad never said that, but I know their intentions. And my opinion on this change, I mean, sure, he's not that played right now, he's not that strong, but I think he wasn't that strong as the consequence of Sombra existing. So, Sombra being reworked, I think Wrecking Ball can be played by default. This might be a chance of Ball power creeping his way into the meta. Small changes will eventually make a hero be very strong. Now, to be fair though, Wrecking Ball has never been meta in Overwatch 2 other than a week or two of him, so I wouldn't mind seeing like Ball being played a little bit. Zarya, Projected Barrier. Size decreased 15%, now matching back to the size of Particle Barrier. And health decreased from 225 to 200, matching back to the health of Particle Barrier. So they reverted 2 of the 3 changes that they did a while ago. Zarya is using the barrier on her allies more often to peel or initiate combination plays, which makes the ability more team-oriented and less self-serving. This change preserves the interesting choice by keeping the cooldown reduced when used on an ally while targeting her energy sustain instead, which has increased significantly with the bonus to the barrier health and size. Okay, my opinion as to why this happened is they probably wanted to gather more data as to what they can do to nerf Orisa. So they buffed one of Orisa's, not necessarily counters, but a hero that does very well against Orisa, Zarya. She became meta, Orisa was played too, and now they're reverting back some of the changes. Full charge Zarya is a menace though, indeed. So these are the tank changes. Okay, not that many. Let's move on. Damage, Cassidy. Combat roll. Damage reduction increased from 50 to 75%. Logic, facts, and reason. Logic, facts, and reason. Logic, facts, and reason. Logic, facts, and reason. Developer comments. As we have our data over here, I'm not sponsored by this. I'm just reading from this. As we have our data, it doesn't say anything. I don't understand anything. Most damage mitigation from combat rolls feels incidental and accidental, as the ability is used more to get a higher mobility or to reload. This adjustment allows Cassidy to be more intentional with his accidental usage of rolls to prevent incoming damage to avoid large amounts of damage with correct timing. Now, bro, 50% was already pretty big. 75% is a lot. And we're doing the same mistake that we've been doing, in my opinion, with a lot of like heroes that become tanky for no reason, or get sustained for no reason, or get increased sources of damage for no reason. In this case, Cassidy's 50% to 75% on combat roll is a little bit annoying when you focus him down. I'm more impressed by the fact that when he uses High Noon, you get some damage reduction. I don't know how much this influences what he does with it. It gives like some intricacy on more usages of his combat roll, like perfectly how to use it. But imagine you get pulse bombed. I think you can survive if you go out of it. I think you can survive a Sojourn Railgun if you go out of it now. I think you can survive Genji Blade. I don't know about like the breaking points, but 50 to 75% is a pretty big increase. Now, Cassidy hasn't been doing that hard in the meta. They don't want him to be that tanky with what, 225, 250 HP, or how much HP does he have? Interesting idea to add some intricacy to his kit rather than, hello, I have pistol, I shoot, pew pew. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think that we will have situations in which Cassidy players will just stand still and go like, I'm gonna use my combat roll to do this. No, you're probably gonna roll through, you're gonna try to reload, you're gonna hit him, and then you're gonna be like, why didn't he die? You know? So, we'll see. This being said, I'm a little bit biased towards Cassidy because I love playing Cassidy. I always play DPS in ranked when Cassidy is meta, and I love to see a Cassidy meta. But still, this is a little bit too much survivability. Why are we making DPS tankier? You know? May, deep chill. Ooh, chills. Removed. Endothermic blaster. Damage per second increased from 70 to 100. Ah! 100 damage per second. Ah! Now immediately slows enemies by 40%. Ah! Instead of building up over time. Ah! Okay. So you instantly get slowed 40%. Developer comment. We like the 1-2 combo that Deep Chill provided that was completely unrealistical, as it added an interesting layer for hero mastery in case enemies stood still. However, in practice, after testing it for more than 2 minutes, we realized that it increased the amount of crowd control suffered by enemy players while also reducing May's effectiveness. Rather than further increasing the slow or increasing cumulative combo damage, both of which would lead to a more frustrating experience for the opposing player, we're reverting May back to her balance prior to adding the Deep Chill passive, resulting in a more frustrating experience than doing this. Okay, so now I'm gonna stop trolling. I feel like Deep Chill did not work. Good. They removed it, they buffed it a little bit. But at the same time, I feel like going back to what we were saying with May being annoying to play against, we're back at 0.0, you know? 100 damage per second with something that you aim in the general direction and instant 40% slow? Are we going back to Overwatch 1 stun lock meta? Literally, imagine you blading with Genji, and then May just this. Psh, you're slow 40%. Can you imagine this? Psh, that's it. Do that for 1 second, 100 damage. I think she might be played. If she's too strong, they definitely will nerf some of the numbers, and I do not think that Deep Chill worked. I'm happy that they experimented with it, but in my opinion, they probably waited a little bit too much before deciding if they should remove it or not. I do understand that maybe they wanted to give players more time to understand the mechanics and to try to use it as they envisioned that it should be used. But we're still at 0.0 where May might just be pretty unfun to play against. And curious to see what they're gonna do in the future. Torbjorn. Rivet Gun. Primary fire recovery rate increased from 0.48 to 0.51. An overhealth bonus decreased from 100 to 75. Thank you. Good changes. This is like Torb has been slowly but surely receiving a lot of buffs, same as Sim, and now they're nerfing him back a little bit. Torbjorn's Rivet Gun can feel overwhelming with how quickly it shoots. He's pretty fast. This change reduces the firing cadence and makes it more manageable on the receiving end. Overload provides too much defensive value, so we're lowering the overhealth bonus. Good. Not that tanky. Shoots a little bit slower, I mean, and that's it. That's it for DPSs though. Okay, May and Cassidy, some pretty big buffs, and Torbjorn nerf. Much better. He was a little bit annoying. I don't think he was broken, but he was probably stronger in lower tiers, probably, or like in quick play and stuff. And now I'm scared. We're diving into the support changes. So far I'm seeing the trend of lowering down HP and sustain and having cooldowns available more often on some heroes. Let's see. Support, I'm scared. Wait, that's it? Okay, Brig, whip shot. Damage increased from 70 to 80. Developer comment. This change increases her proficiency at protecting her allies by rewarding accuracy with her most aim-focused ability. Is it me, or was this not needed? Increases her proficiency at protecting her allies by killing the enemies with her most aim-focused ability. It seems like a little... I mean, I don't know. Her only aim-focused ability. What do you mean? You gotta aim with left click generally. She's slightly strong. Literally, like, they made her slightly stronger. I don't know about the damage breakpoints and stuff, but from what I've seen in my games, I feel like Brig was doing a good job at peeling against Dive. She had a role in team comps. Even when up against Dive, she was okay. I don't know why they gave her like 10 extra damage in this, I'll be honest. I don't know about this one. Okay, Enilagi, Monka W. Solar Rifle, secondary fire healing per second decreased from 120 to 105. And now I'm going to have a reaction that's going to be clipped out of context and used against me, but this is absolutely troll reaction. Disclaimer, this is a streamer reaction. Oh my god, what is this? Ilagi is unplayable right now. Blizzard, what are you doing? Content creator moment is over. You'll see that somebody will point at this exact moment in time and be like, he's so biased, Mr. ML7, what the f***? He doesn't want supposed to be Mr. ML7, now he is the... Shut up. Okay, 120 on the right click was a little bit too much. I'll be honest. I said this from the beginning. Okay, when we checked the numbers, like 120, that's too much on the right click. I would rather have lower amount of healing and longer distance. Now, this being lowered from 120 to 105 influences, obviously, how fast you can sustain allies that are next to you. But it also decreases your ghoul charge sometimes. I would honestly... in some team comps, when I didn't have another support that would do a lot of healing, right? Like Ana or like Bop, and I would have to focus on my tank, I could keep him up. Right now, this might be an encouragement for me to swap from Ilagi if I'm the one responsible with keeping the tank alive. Because I have the pylon and I have the right click. So if I would have a comp with, let's say, Mercy Echo in the sky, and I'm trying to take care of Cassidy and Zarya, it's going to be harder to do so. It is on a resource. The range is pretty short, 105 healing per second, okay. But at the same time, I understand that maybe this is not the playstyle that I want to encourage. If you're playing with Ilagi, they probably want you to be able to do like more damage rather than just stay and right click your allies next to you. Because also, this is a very fast way of getting her ultimate up. Now, her ultimate, I don't think is that strong. We got used to how to counter her and stuff. But, I don't think it's gonna influence her playstyle that much. I think she's just gonna be a little bit weaker than before. Have to see this in practice. It might be annoying, but it definitely encourages you to split a little bit more and focus more on damage and on your teammates. To when you have an Ilagi on your team, don't rely that much on her secondary fire healing to heal you up, but just try to try to heal your teammates up. You know what I mean? So we'll have to wait and see how influential this will be. I think it's gonna be okay. Ilagi's burst healing output is still a little too high, so we're lowering the effectiveness of the Solar Rifle's secondary fire to bring her more in line with other support heroes. Again, my opinion, as somebody that's played a lot of Ilagi this season, in Season 6 I mean, I think that this is a way of encouraging her to not be picked in some team comps in which you're forced, because of your other teammates' picks, to pocket the tank. She has probably a role of playing on the side with the flanker and spamming them, and like flanking with a soldier or with a Hanzo and not staying hooked up together. You play with Baptiste, for example, or even with Moira. So probably this is the reasoning behind the change. And these are all for the hero changes. Other than this, we have some hero option and input updates. Route 66 design changes. There are now additional places for the attacking team to take cover around their initial spawn. The doors on the first checkpoint will now only close on one of the two doors after the payload passes, by giving attackers more options to work through the difficult choke points. There will also be fewer places to take cover in the later parts of the map. So some map changes to Route 66. I don't think that it was necessary to do these changes for Route. I think Route is one of the most balanced maps overall. I think that it's okay. You know what? Adding some elements like this, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind them at all. Might open up the map a little bit more. To be fair though, it was annoying getting spawn camp sometimes, and it was a little bit upsetting not being able to push to second point because the chokes were so tight. Lightning for Season 7. They added Night Midtown. Oh my god, I bet it looks amazing. Overcast Route 66. And Morning for Samoa for the new map. And that's about it. Other than this, we have some bug fixes. Okay. Some map bug fixes. Story missions bug fixes. Hero bug fixes. Wait, did they fix the pylon jump? Fix an issue, okay, with Life Weavers 3. Secondary fire could cause performance issues, so if you right click, you drop FPS probably. Fixed an issue with the captive stun that resulted in a normal primary fire being used if fired at the end of the ultimate duration. Yes, we checked this out. So right after you ended your ultimate, you left click, you do damage with it. And they haven't fixed the pylon jump technique. Please don't fix it. It's a cool tech. And that's about it for Season 7 notes. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think about Season 7 patch notes? And I'll be seeing you on stream. Till next time, Emerald7 out.
Hey, I'm Olaf. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe. Meow.